Music is the single best thing you can do for your child if you want them to have a good education and a good life chance. It is so good for their attitude to learning and ability to take instruction, the 42-year-old exclusively tells Day, who came to prominence through 2007 show The Choir, which involved him going into often underprivileged schools and teaching students with no previous choral experience to sing. Adds, anyone who works in education, a lot of head teachers, they really see the value, not just in the music room. It helps with engagement, confidence and all sorts of other skills. And Gareth, who kicks off his solo spring tour on May 27, suggests we could learn something from Venezuela, which already has a scheme in place for poorer youngsters to play instruments for free. They do this thing where they give out instruments in the rough parts of town. They give them a trombone and have had an incredible response. Lord Lloyd, he insists he is simply echoing the sentiments of the country's greatest musical impresario. Weber is always banging that drum and I think we need more of it. There's no question. In my mind we need more music in schools, blank, underscore, blank, underscore. Despite Sandra Bullock looking remarkably good for a woman in her 50s, we can't see many rushing to try out her top beauty tip somehow, after she revealed on US television that she has a particular penchant for, penis facials. The 53-year-old left said, it's an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far away, of the bizarre treatment. Also said to be a favorite of her Ocean's 8 co-star Kate Blanchett, right? Costing almost £500. It is said to involve a process called microneedling, which opens the pores to generate collagen and elastin. The serum placed on the skin is believed to derive from the foreskin of a Korean newborn baby. But Sandra says don't knock it until you've tried it, adding, when you see how good it is to your face you too will run to your local facialist and say, give me the penis. Sounds to us like she's talking Bullock's, blank, underscore, blank, underscore. Speaking for the first time since revealing her pregnancy, Christine Lampard says she's 5 months along with her and ex-footballer husband Frank Lampard's first child. Opening up about her baby joy on Loose Women, the 39-year-old also admitted she waited an entire day before spilling the life-changing news to the now-retired footballer. I found out a while ago. I'm actually 21 weeks, said the presenter, who made sure to keep her pregnancy a secret until she'd had a scan to confirm everything was coming along as normal. But she's still harboring some trepidation, with it being her first, adding, I am anxious, nervous, and superstitious. I always presumed the worst. After initially discovering she was expecting, she says the news only began to sink in after she did 7 or 8 pregnancy tests, blank, underscore, blank, underscore. Simon Callow's talents don't just lie in acting. It turns out he can also come back from the dead. Set to make an appearance in ITV1's long-running series Midsummer Murders this Sunday, keen fans of the show might remember that he played a doctor who was murdered on the program over a decade ago. This time he portrays a viola player who becomes one of the main suspects after a musician is bumped off at a festival. Simon, 68, welcomes the change as more often than not his character ends up meeting his maker. He reflects, the public delight to see me die. I've also met a sticky end in Morse, Lewis and Poirot. It's a great skill dying. He may have a point. Even arguably his best-known role as Gareth in 4 Weddings and a Funeral ends in tragedy. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore. It is just under 5 years since Andy Murray finally won the first of his 2 Wimbledon titles, but we were shocked to hear his mum, Judy, has a mental block over the victorious 2013 final in SW19. I don't remember anything about that match at all," confessed the 58-year-old today. Tennis story: "I think a little bit of that is because of the disappointment the year before on Andy's behalf in 2012. He was so devastated and I didn't want him to go through that again. Since he was 16 he's always had people asking, 'When are you going to win Wimbledon?'" says the former British Fed Cup team captain. Could Andy famously forgetting to thank his biggest fan in his winning speech with millions watching have anything to do with her amnesia?